we just finished Running Man 441. And this one is called The Revenge of the Honey Bee. So, as we were previewed last week, that there will be no guests and the honeybee is seeking revenge on the members. So, the honeybee start off by picking a member that the honeybee wanted to eliminate, and the members are like, they play a game and they vote whether this member should be eliminated or not,
Yes.
And then they continue on, and instead of just being one member, it ends up being two members, and it goes on to the final stage, and they have to catch the honeybee, and whoever eliminates when they eliminate the honeybee, the race ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the first person that got put up for elimination was Kim Jong-kook, as stated by the honeybee, and the Running Man members had to try to complete a mission, which was kind of like those old school fun little games of trying to untie yourself when you have two strings tied together like this. And
you just have to separate from each other.
You have to separate from each other. And every time they separate from each other, they would get an extra voting, because they were given at start 7 members were going to be able to vote on whether Kim Jong-kook was going to be eliminated or not. And the members if every time they completed one, then they would get an extra vote, in which they completed 0.
Yeah, because if you don't complete it, you only get 7.
Yes.
And then out of the voting ones, there's like 8 papers, and only one of them is Gwang.
Yes.
And so the person who gets Gwang, which is the blank paper, cannot vote.
Right.
And it is our variety king back to Kwang-soo. He doesn't get to vote.
Yes.
So
the man's amazing. It's amazing how he.
So yeah, 7 votes came in, and Kim Jong-kook got 5 votes to be eliminated.
Right.
So Kim Jong-kook gets taken by the honeybee team,
Yes.
and he gets taken away.
Yes, and so they move to the next mission, but before they move to the next mission, they are told that the next 2 people that were listed up for being eliminated were Seokjin and Sungji. And the way that they were going to decide it was the members had to find celebrity friends to vote on who either Seokjin or Ji-hyo was going to be eliminated. And this was where we got to see those surprise guest sightings of Park Bo-young as they showed in the preview. So the members found 3 friends. They called up 2 of them, and then they found Park Bo-young by chance. And the other 2 were gagmen who have been on the show before.
Nam Chang-hee
Yes.
and Hwang Chong-se. I'm gonna say Hwang Chong-se. Yeah.
But and so the voting happened, and it was a unanimous vote, 3-0 for Seokjin to be eliminated. Now there was a little twist to it. The members had to go have lunch.
They had 30 minutes before Seokjin was eliminated.
Right, so they were going to have lunch for 30 minutes. But during that lunchtime, Seokjin could be eliminated at any point in time. So the members have to protect him. Now, they ate lunch, and it came down to the final minute or so.
Yeah, they were suspicious of the waiter lady, the audio director.
The audio director comes in out of nowhere. He's like, Seokjin Hyung, I have to fix your audio. They're like, whoa, get away!
Out of the blue.
And they're like, it's not even broken.
Out of the blue, you're gonna fix his audio.
They were like, you know what? Let's just have somebody guard the door. So Seb and Kwang-soo go and guard the door, in which the waitress and the audio director came through, and then boom, out of nowhere, another door opens up.
There's 2 doors there. There's literally 2 doors there. Those doors that you push in and pull, whatever, and Seb and Kwang-soo guard the one that they keep coming through.
Yeah.
And Kim Jong-kook just bombs open the other one.
Kim Jong-kook just opens the other one.
And he has
he has the honeybee
wings and
the
everything.
antennas.
He just comes out, pushes Seb and Kwang-soo out of the way.
Yeah, he just comes and just throws everybody out of the way. Goes over to Seokjin and then just kills him. And Seokjin was like, why you guys protect me? And they're like, we tried. And so Seokjin got eliminated. Then the members were split up, and the final voting happened. It was down to 2 more members that were going to get voted, and it ended up being Jae-suk and Haha.
That's why we saw that Instagram video from SBS Running Man, because it was for this episode to see who is going to get the most vote to be the last target.
Right. So through social media, the last target was going to be picked by the fans, and it was a huge voting of Jae-suk, 60% to Ha's 30%. So Jae-suk got picked to be the last person, and he was all happy.
He got excited, like, oh, he thought like, yes, I don't get to be the last target. And then the PDs are like, no, like, take a good look at it. And he's like, what?
And I was like, and so Jae-suk ended up being the last target. Now this was like a little brain twist thing. They told all the other members that if the way you end the race is you have to eliminate the honeybee in 30 minutes. Jae-suk is told that he has 30 minutes to survive.
Yeah.
And so
the members has to find Jae-suk before the honeybee finds Jae-suk.
Yeah. And so the Jae-suk is somewhere around the place, and the members also find out that Suk-jin and Kim Jong-kook are also somewhere around the place, and they actually stumbled on Suk-jin first.
Yeah,
who's dressed up as a honeybee in a way.
And he has a pacifier, and he has a rope around him.
The bee wings and antennas, but he's tied up.
Yeah, and he is told he cannot say a word until the members free him. When the member frees him, he can join the final race in catching the honeybee.
Yes.
But he's not allowed to say anything until they free him.
Yes.
So they're kind of just like,
they're like, you got eliminated already.
They pull the pacifier out and they're like, are we going to eliminate him or are we going to keep you? But we're like, no. And then they're like, comes up with that idea. Let's release him and eliminate him.
Let's kill him.
So they release him. They rip his name tag off, and there's nothing behind his name tag. And they're like, oh, it has to be in the second name tag. They lift up his jacket and rip his
him. They kill him twice.
And there's nothing.
And there's nothing.
And he gets up, and there was a hint in his seat.
Yeah, so the way the PDs did it was they put the hint underneath the member, and they had the member sit on top of it. So Suk-jin got eliminated by his own teammates, and he didn't get to do anything other than come back and say, race start. And so
they got the hint of Mak.
Yes.
Before that, when they were eating lunch, Jae-suk had won rock, paper, scissors, so Jae-suk had gained a hint. And then it was written in Korean, young. So he was thinking, could it be the word, or what does it mean, because writing in English, it means young to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden, the members walking around, they spot a honeybee. Now, this person who's the honeybee is dressed up full in a honeybee suit, with the honeybee head and the suit. So the members becomes kind of suspicious on who the honeybee is and what the purpose of this walking honeybee is.
Yeah, and this honeybee is not allowed to talk. He's just pointing. So it stumbled upon Sep, Kwang-soo, and Ji-hyo.
Right.
And it's not saying anything.
Well, at first it was Kwang-soo and So-min who spotted him. Then Kwang-soo and So-min they split up and So-min ran away, and Kwang-soo approached the honeybee, but the honeybee was like doing this to his mouth. Mm-hmm. And Kwang-soo ran away, got Ji-hyo, and brought her to the honeybee, and then Sep joined. Now, we kind of knew that the honeybee was Jae-suk.
It was so obvious
by the
way
he was walking. Because we can tell when Jae-suk's trying to be careful, he walks like that. So we were like, oh, it's Jae-suk. And so that's how we kind of figured out, like, oh, that's the whole point of the mission of this whole thing, is Jae-suk has 30 minutes to survive, and they have 30 minutes to eliminate the honeybee.
Yeah.
And so there is like the little twist of Jae-suk dressed up as the honeybee so they will kill him. Now, Jae-suk does get eliminated. Ji-hyo...
Before he gets eliminated, he's pointing to Sep and pointing to Ji-hyo. Go towards Sep.
Yeah.
So Ji-hyo kind of got it, but then they were like, no, you're the honeybee. We have to eliminate you. Why are we eliminating Sep? So Kwang-soo and Sep holds him down, and then Ji-hyo rips his name tag, and then his head fell off, and it was Jae-suk.
Jae-suk still can't say anything.
He still can't say anything. And then Ji-hyo got the hint. 34 and 35.
Yeah,
so she doesn't know what that is.
Yeah, so the numbers were directly lined up, 34, 35. And The only thing that so Haha shows up. Then when he shows up, Jihyu's like, well, the honeybee, well, Jae-suk kept pointing to Seb. And so they chase him down and they eliminate him. But before they do that, a siren goes off. And the siren, and they explain that if they eliminate Jae-suk, then the timer gets cut in half. So the timer gets cut in half to 15 minutes that the members have left to eliminate the honeybee. So they then chase Seb and they kill him. They eliminate him, and he has a clue behind his back.
No, his clue was no. He didn't have a clue. His
says, right.
He's the honeybee.
Yeah, his says that he's
the honeybee.
I'm the honeybee.
Yeah, but the PD says the race is not over yet.
Yes.
And they're like, what? And then so they're like, oh my god, there's another honeybee. And so they were like, okay, trying to figure out what the 34, 35 meant. And Jihyun started looking through her phone. She goes, oh, how but.
No, that didn't happen yet.
Yeah, it did happen. And she goes, So-min and Kim Jong-kook and Jungkook oppa.
That's right.
Phone number contains the number 34 and 35. So they're like, we have to find Jungkook. So-min disappears, so she's probably looking for him.
Yeah. So they assume, right from the start of the race, that So-min was the honeybee, and this kind of just like confirmed it to them that So-min's the honeybee. But they also thought, okay, if Kim Jong-kook's the honeybee.
Because in the beginning, Kim Jong-kook got so close to her. They were talking about their hangout, coffee hangout.
We're not going to explain it to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have to watch it. That's going to be a funny moment.
So they're like, let's find Jungkook. So Jihyun's like wandering around to this random place, and she opens the door, and Kim Jong-kook's standing there, sitting there, tied up with duct tape on his mouth. And he's not, he can't talk, and he's all like, come in. And she's all like, Anyo? Close the door. She goes, how? So she goes and get Haha, and then she brings Haha in, and then they're like, okay, like, what if, he's not like Sukjin? What if we untied him and he eliminates us or whatever? So they take off, but they're like, let's see what he has. So they untied him and took his duct tape off, and Haha saw the hint he was sitting on, and it's the last word, which is ne. Ha put it all together, maknae.
Right.
And so he realized that, it's the maknae. And Sepset and So-min are the maknae. So they start running to go look for So-min. But they go, Jae-suk's hint also meant young. So what does it mean, But they were kind of like, okay, it doesn't make any sense though. And then what's the whole point behind 34 and 35? And they're like, okay, Sepset and So-min is 34. Who's 35?
Yeah.
And they're like, Kwang-soo.
Yeah.
It's the youngest crew of the Running Man members.
So he was the as everybody knows, he's the former maknae of Running Man. And he's only 1 year older than them, so we still all kind of count Kwang-soo as like the maknae. And they, after learning that the remaining honeybees were So-min and Haha, they split up to go look for the two, with Haha and Jihyun looking for So-min, and Kim Jong-kook trying to find Kwang-soo. And so So-min and Kwang-soo hide really far from each other, which was probably the smartest thing that they did the whole time. And the members, when they freed Kim Jong-kook, they had 6 minutes left. So it's not a lot of time left to go find two people.
Yeah, and they took a lot of time talking and everything like that.
Right.
So it gave Kwang-soo and So-min just enough time to hide and stake out until they find them.
Yeah.
Eventually, Haha and Jihyun find So-min and they eliminate her. And there was like a minute left. And they needed to find Kwang-soo. Kim Jong-kook, before that minute, Kim Jong-kook has spotted the PD. The PD that was with Kwang-soo. And the PD took off. So Kim Jong-kook thought that Kwang-soo ran the opposite direction. So he missed Kwang-soo.
Yeah.
And he ran off running after the PD. But when he ran off after that, there was nothing over there. So he kept circulating the place Kwang-soo was. And he stumbled upon Kwang-soo's VJ. And Kwang-soo just like booked it.
Yep.
And Kwang-soo
ran off without his VJ.
Yeah.
Without the camera and everything. So the VJs, they all had to catch up.
Yeah, so Kwang-soo ran into this isolated square box where he kept running in a circle. So
Kwang-soo running around like this, And there's, Kim Ji-kook knew, like, there's no one to catch him.
Yeah, and it's not that like, oh, they're in an open area. They're in like a hidden section area, like with windows and everything. So even if the members like haha came, he can't come through the window. He has to go around.
Yeah, he actually came through, he saw, so he comes running around.
But there's
and
only
by the
like
time
10
he
seconds left.
made into the room, there was 10 seconds. And Kwang-soo holds out literally to the final second and wins.
Yes.
They win. The Machines win the race. It's been so long since we saw Kwang-soo win the race. Obviously, if you guys have been following us, there have been former races that Kwang-soo's been like the spy or whatever, and he's almost won those. So it's been this close, and he finally got it.
Yeah. So he finally wins he's the last honeybee that survives. He's also the captain of the honeybee team. So he wins and the Maknae team wins. And they get to punish one of the elder Running Man members by spanking their butt.
They get to punish. They said that they actually get to choose which member they want to punish. But
they all end up...
The thing was like... Jae-suk being devious in his mouth, talking too much, started trying to tell them, hey, you should pick that guy. You should pick that guy. You should pick that guy.
All three of them picked him.
All three of them picked Jae-suk. Kwang-soo was like, Jae-suk's like, okay, well, whoever you pick, just tell them to lie down and we'll relay the message. And Kwang-soo goes, lie down. And Jae-suk was like, haha, tell Suk-jin, lie down. And they're like, boy, huh?
No, you lie down.
And so Kwang-soo goes, you lie down. Then So-min goes, lie down. And Sese goes to Kim Ji-kook and tells Kim Ji-kook, tell Jae-suk to lie down.
Kim Ji-kook goes and gets Jae-suk, go, just lie down. So Jae-suk gets spanked and the honeybee team wins for this race. So excited.
Congrats to the Machines.
Yeah, so excited that Kwang-soo made it until the end.
Yes.
Sadly, we could not record reaction videos for this week. We are a little bit packed on our schedule.
It's been kind of crazy, guys.
Yeah, so we just pretty much watched the episode, enjoyed it in our PJs, watching it. It is very late for us, so we couldn't record any reaction. We wish we did. It was a hilarious episode.
I mean, we were like jumping for joy when they won, and we were at the edge of our seats.
She thought it was Kim Jong-kook and Suk-jin because they got eliminated in the first place. I was like, no, it's so awkward to see Sese next to Kwang-soo. It is Sese and Kwang-soo, and it ended up being them with So-min.
Yeah, so it was a great episode. It started off a little slow, I have to admit, but at the end it just exploded with craziness, and it was just, I mean, come on guys, if you're a fan of Running Man, this is the type of ending you want. Yeah.
But yes, with that episode, we start off next
preview.
Week's episode preview. We have Mrs. Hong Ji-young coming back, and we also have
Kim Ji-kook's girlfriend. One of them.
We also have Han Dae-gang, and we also have the new variety lady, Kun Se-rok.
Yes.
The three of them are coming back, and it is Running Man College, returning to college. So they are going back to college. They have 3 new students joining them, but the little twist behind it is one of them is the returning student.
Yeah.
So as far as what I know, and I just explained this to Ajashi, in America it's different. When you return back to college and stuff like that, or school, people look at it, that's so good, you're able to come back and complete your degree. In Korea, they kind of look a little bit down on that because you left and you're a dropout, so it doesn't really look good.
Yeah, they kind of look at you as a loser.
Yeah, so
it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's their culture.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know who the returning is. It could be one of the guests. It could be one of the members. It could be more than one.
Yeah.
I mean, lately that's what's been happening. Is there's been more than one.
They always state
spy.
They always state it's one, but there's someone else behind it too.
So whoever it is, we're gonna get to find out who it is, and it looks like it's an indoors type of thing. It doesn't look like they're going to be running outside much.
Yeah, and then they will also be playing college, for Korea when they do college reunion, freshman games, they play all these games to get to know each other and stuff like that. So that's what they will be doing to find out who is the returning student.
Yes.
Yeah, so excited to look forward to it because they added 3 women to join the other 2 women, which
Yeah.
is equal to the men.
Yeah, so it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought back Kim Jong-un's girlfriend. So
And in today's episode, Kim Jong-un got called from
no, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. That is one of the greatest moments of this episode. You guys, you guys have to see it. It's perfect. It was a perfect opening, and I think you guys. I don't think anybody can complain about that too. I don't think anybody can complain. But
yeah.
that's it for us, guys.
Yeah, so no reaction videos. We will see you guys next week for the next episode, and we will hopefully be able to put reaction videos with it. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Bye bye.
See you guys.